What's going on, guys? So just want to make a quick video because I ended up pushing a little bit more and I got to 2100. So right now I'm like top 5000, which is really cool because this is the highest I've ever been. I'm just gonna put some gameplay in the background of the few games that got me there. So I wanted to make a video talking about the balance changes that are coming up. If you guys didn't know, they're going to do a few things. They're going to do a rework to the Rage, which that one I really want to talk about. They're going to rework the Goblin Hut. They're going to buff the Mighty Miner, and you guys already know that that's my favorite card. They're going to nerf the Phoenix and the Monk, which everyone is really excited for. I know I am. And yeah, that's about it. Let's just get into it. So the first one I want to talk about is obviously what everybody has been waiting for, and I'm sure everyone is excited for this one because I am. The Phoenix and the Monk are both getting nerfed. The first thing that I want to talk about is the Monk, because the Monk is going to get a 1 elixir increase, so now it's going to cost 5 elixir, and the ability is going to stay at 1. I think that would have been better if they made the elixir, the cost for its ability just 1 more and then keeping it at 4 elixir, because like in both scenarios the net elixir cost would be 6, like if the Monk was 5 elixir and the ability was 1 versus if the Monk was 4 elixir and the ability was 2 elixir. Both scenarios it would cost 6 elixir, but the least amount you would have to spend to play the Monk in both scenarios would be only 4 if it was the 2 elixir ability with the 4 elixir cost. But now they're making it so that the minimum requirement to use the Monk is 5 elixir. So to me, that's a pretty huge nerf. I think the ability was more broken, not the card itself, but it's fine. I'm still excited with that because I do not like seeing so many Monks. It's kind of OP. So the next thing is the Phoenix. And by the way, guys, the gameplay in the background, I just realized it's low-key like the glitch, you know, the tower glitch or the replay glitch. So it's not really showing what's fully happening, because I know in the actual match I took the right tower. So, but whatever, it's fine. You guys know that I won in the end. But what's crazy though is that the Phoenix is going to die to the lightning. It's not really crazy. I feel like that's what everybody's been asking for. I know I said it in one of my videos before that for 4 elixir that card should definitely die to lightning, along with its like overpowered hit speed and damage. But for now I think that that's good. It'll still be strong, but I don't think it'll be broken anymore, because it'll die faster. You might not even need to respond to it if they put it at the bridge, because your tower might be able to kill it by itself. But so I think that's like pretty good nerf. I'm excited for that. Like, I really hope the meta doesn't turn into, or I'm sorry, I hope the meta goes back to the way it was at least a little bit, or that at least there's not Phoenix Monk everywhere, you know. This next balance change is probably going to be my favorite, and it's going to be the Mighty Miner. I'm honestly really excited for this one. It's more of a rework, I'd say, than a buff, because it's not really 100% sure whether this is good for the card or bad for it. I know a lot of people are saying it's bad, and I see the reason why, because as a champion, you want to abuse the 3-card cycle as much as possible. By the way, I don't know why it says that I lost this, because I definitely won, but anyways. With a champion, you want it to last as long as possible on the field so that you could abuse the 3-card cycle. Because if it's slower, then that means that it'll take longer to get to the opponent's tower, and therefore you can abuse its 3-card cycle, you know. Also allows you to build bigger pushes. But the reason why I feel like it's more of a buff is because the way that I use Mighty Miner, and also the way that I see a lot of pros using Mighty Miner, is that they like to spam him at the bridge, like to punish your opponent when they're low on elixir, or say just to catch them off guard. I know I've won so many games that way because I'd put, like, say your opponent immediately overcommits on offense or defense or whatever, and you have just 6 elixir. You can just put your Mighty Butter at the bridge for 4, the paired with the wall breakers, and the thing literally like so fast towards their tower. And even if they put like a Skarmy or a Goblin gang or anything or whatever, you could just pop the ability and boom, that's a tower threat on both sides. So that's why I think that if they increase the speed, that one trick, that one wall breaker Mighty Miner trick is gonna be even more of a threat, because now your opponent has to respond a lot faster. He has a lot less like time to think. So, and not just that, like the Mighty Miner itself, if you catch them at low elixir, if it's faster, then they can't even respond in time, you know? So that's why I think it could be a buff, but I think only time will tell with that one. We'll see. But for now, I'm pretty excited that it got some sort of touching or like some sort of rework, because the last update kind of killed the usage rates of that card, and it's definitely my favorite champion. So I hope it's good. The last two changes I want to talk about are the Goblin Hut and the Rage. I'm just gonna go over the Goblin Hut one really quickly. They're just gonna make it last longer, basically, but they're going to change the spawn rate to 3 at a time and make it slower, kind of like what they did with the Barb Hut. But yeah, I mean, that one, I don't think it's gonna be bad. I just hope it's not like overused, because that's a really annoying card. But the last one that I want to talk about that I'm honestly scared for is the Rage rework. I think it's really bad for the game. I don't know why they did it. They should just turn it into a spirit like everybody was saying. But what they're doing is they're making the Rage spell now do damage. Not just damage, but it knocks back too. Like, you can literally reset, like, in a Hog Rider or whatever. You can push it back just slightly, but still. And not even just that. You're gonna, like, the usage rates for Zap and Snowball are gonna go down so much, because the Rage kills goblins. That's literally more than a Zap. So what incentive would anyone ever want to use Zap when it pushes back ground troops and it does more damage than a Snowball and a Zap? That's crazy. I don't agree with that. And that buff inherently also buffs the Lumberjack too. So now the Lumberjack does death damage, because when he dies, he drops a Rage spell, and that is going to kill skeletons. It's going to kill goblins. You can literally counter a Skarmy with a Lumberjack now, or just a Rage spell. I just know that the meta is going to be filled with E-Barb Rage spammers or Hog Rider Rage spammers. They're definitely going to substitute like the Log or the Snowball or Zap or whatever. Because just imagine giant graveyard. like instead of Snowball, they're going to Rage their giant. That's insane. I don't agree with that. I think they shouldn't make the Rage do any damage. I think they should just turn it into a spirit, and that would fix all the problems. But whatever, I guess we'll see what's gonna happen. But I don't see this ending well. I for sure see them emergency nerfing it, or at the bare minimum, like the next balance change, they'll nerf it. So, but yeah. Anyways, thanks guys for watching. Peace out.